Hey kids, how's everybody out there in YouTube land, huh? How's everybody out there this evening? Look at this sunset I'm bringing you tonight. Look at that, huh? Is that not cool? Is that not gonna be a great sunset tonight? We're gonna have a great sunset tonight. Absolutely awesome sunset. It's gonna be a wonderful evening. It's been a wonderful day. Awesome day here in Bookie Harbor, Marathon, Florida. Pilot, you're probably not even in here listening yet, but there you go, buddy. Oh man, guys, it is definitely beer 30. Been a busy day today, so definitely beer 30. Hey Eugene, how you doing, man? Hey Chief, what's going on? Hello David, how you doing, brother? Johnny Hag, there he is. How's Johnny Hag doing today? Oh man. You know, Johnny, I wanted to thank you especially. I've been thinking about that the last couple of days. I've been kind of, you know, reminiscing and going over this whole adventure I've been on. And I wanted to thank you because you were one of the very first people when I got on the boat that did something really generous for me. You know, if you remember, you took my gas cans, you ran to the gas station, you filled up all the gas cans for me and brought them back for me. That was really just an awesome thing that you did. And it really almost kind of set the tone for so much that came afterwards. And so cheers to you, Johnny Hag. I just want to say thank you for your generosity and your support. That was awesome of you to have done that. And I just want to say thanks. I just want to say thanks. And I think if I remember correctly, you gave me a good amount of cash too on top of that. So bought gas for the next couple of fills as well as I made my way across the lake. So look at this sunset developing, kids. Isn't that spectacular, huh? Isn't that just spectacular? I'm going to aim you guys up a little higher so you can see the full breadth of that. Isn't that just spectacular like that, huh? That is an awesome sunset developing. So, hey, Pilot, how you doing, brother? Oh, man, isn't that a view, Marie, huh? Just beautiful tonight. Just absolutely beautiful. So, yep. How's Marie doing? Hey, Rejects, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Always good to see you guys here. You guys just rock, man. You guys are so awesome. You guys are so awesome. Either that or you're so lame. You know, it's one of the... it's one side or the other. You guys got nothing better to do but to hang out with me on a beautiful Saturday night. So that makes us all pretty lame, I guess. You know, we could have lives and be doing something exciting, but hey, I'm here on the boat enjoying this beautiful sunset and drinking a cold beer with my dog and my peeps on my YouTube channel. And so I really appreciate all you guys being here, even if we are all pretty lame sitting here on our computers on a Saturday night, but nothing wrong with that, especially at our age, huh? Especially at our age. We got a boat swinging around again, give you guys another view of that spectacular view. So Saturday, isn't it Sunday? No, today's Saturday. Is today Sunday? No, today's not Sunday, today's Saturday. Tell me today's Saturday. Is today Saturday? Yeah, today's Saturday, April 13th. Yeah, don't mess with me, man. Jeez. You're gonna get me all confused. Yep, today's Saturday. Tomorrow will be Sunday. Sunday, Raceway at Raceway Park. Yeah, well, echoes of my misspent youth. Hey, Kim Banks, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a long time. How are you and Kelly doing, Kim? So great to see you guys here. I was just thinking about you guys, thinking about Megan the other day. How you guys are doing? You're right, I'm ahead of myself. We're at Homestead. Hey, there you go. All right. The boat goes in the water a week from Monday. And the following weekend, we sail it up to Boston. All right, Jane, how cool is that? Beer 30 cooking for a week, doing laundry. Hello, Kim. Oh, hey, Marie. That sounds like fun. Cooking for the week. Wow, okay. Oh man, I just did laundry last week. I don't have to do laundry again for a while. Well, actually, I probably should. Probably should keep up with it. So, we've been with Kelly's mom. We're we're doing okay. We have been with Kelly's mom, she. Kelly's mom's name, she? Or you're continuing your thought? I don't know. I don't know. We sit here with bated breath. I'm sorry, I'm in a good mood today, guys. In a good mood. Windy day today. You probably noticed the water out on the harbor, the boats bouncing around pretty good. Windy day here in the harbor. Had a lot of movement. Had a lot of weekend warriors going in and out of the harbor. A lot of wakes, a lot of rocking and rolling all day today. Really sort of surprised at how many big, fishing boats and stuff. Oh, Cam, I'm sorry about that. Give Kelly my condolences. I'm sorry about hearing his mom passed. Wow. Yeah, I know what that's like. I remember when my mom passed. How sad that was. So give Kelly our love, okay? Tell him we said hey, and unfortunately, only the rocks live forever. Get out of my face. There you go. Go play on the dinghy. Look at that sunset. Is that not spectacular? All the weird striations up on top. I mean, it's really odd. How does that even form? How does that shape like that? That's wild. He is here and heard you and says thank you. All right, good deal, good deal. Yeah, my condolences, Kelly. I remember going through that when my mom passed away. When my mom passed away, her last year or so, she no longer knew who I was. She thought I was her husband, not her son. My dad's name was Carl Kenneth. I'm Carl Jonathan, and she kept calling me Ken. So she was a little confused. So that was kind of bothersome. That really bothered me that my mom didn't know who I was anymore. I got to admit, that bothered me a lot more than I ever let on. But as time has moved on, man, that sure has bothered me a lot. So, hello, Razor. How you doing? Oh, yeah, not a fun time. Yeah, that sucks. That just sucks. You never get ready for the loss if a parent hugs for Kelly, yeah. Huh. Been sailing anywhere in the last 6 months. I've not been keeping up. Last 6 months, yeah. Well, I'm in Marathon, Florida, so considering I used to be in Sandusky, Ohio about 10 months ago. Ever going to stock car races here in Homestead, Carl? It's pretty entertaining. I have not been there. I've watched them on television, the races at Homestead, but I've not actually gone and watched them. So, hey, Michael, how you doing? Hello, Lauren. Oh man. Yeah, Homestead's kind of known for their raceway park over there. A lot of car racing. So, huh. Anyhow, pretty quiet day here in the hood. A lot of boat traffic earlier on. Now everything seems to have really quieted down. I'm not seeing much dinghy activity. No one's racing around. I just came from the Marina Harbor, the dinghy harbor, the dinghy docks over there, and there was not much activity. I had to run over there and grab a shower before I started the live stream. But I needed one. So, oh man, isn't that just a beautiful, beautiful sunset? That's kind of spectacular. We've not had a real great one in a while now. It's been about a month. We're due, and that's a beauty developing right there. That is one spectacular sunset. Wowzers. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. Almost tempted to go get my big camera and bring it up on deck and shoot some photos of that. If I wasn't an idiot, I would go do that, but no, I'm a lazy idiot. One thing you can rest assured with human beings, we're both apathetic and lazy. I don't know why that is. Where's your fishing rod? Oh, about 5 feet from me. Looks like a nice peaceful evening. Yeah, Barb, it is. Nice quiet evening. In fact, I'm making more noise here talking than I think anybody else in the harbor. I see a couple people milling about on their boats doing a couple odd jobs, but really not anybody doing anything particular. More boats have left the harbor. There's the mooring balls on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mooring balls all right adjacent to me are empty. In fact, the only boats in P row, there's one other guy up on P2, I'm on P3, and that guy there, he's on P6. There's only 3 boats here in P row right now, and there's only 4 boats in what is that? O row. Boats in queue. The dinghy yard or the marina here is emptying out, so. Yep, nearly con time, that's true. Happy note, Kim and Kelly celebrated 35 years of marriage last week. Wow. That's awesome, guys. 35 years, man, that's like a life sentence. 35 years to life. 35 years, that's incredible. You know, that's so rare today's day and age, so more power to you guys. Congrats on that. 35 years of marriage, that's something today, so. Do you live on your boat year-round? I take it you're in the Keys somewhere. Lauren, I'm in Bookie Harbor in Marathon, Florida, and yes, I live on my boat full-time. 50 degrees and showers here on the West Coast. Oh, wow. So you had a nice relaxing day today, or was it a real estate day? It was both. It was a real estate day and it was a real relaxing day. So it was really nice today. Good phone conversations, good stuff going on online, good stuff happening on my other project I'm starting up. Real good developments at that end, actually. Just, you know, interesting stuff going all the way around. So. I had yet again another offer on the boat that I'm considering. I haven't accepted or rejected yet. Seems like every time I get to where I'm going to accept somebody's offer, then all of a sudden they don't have the money or can't get the money, or, you know, oh, I want to buy it at this price. I'm like, okay, well, let's do that. Well, I got to get the money from so-and-so. And a day later, oh, I couldn't get the money. And man, if you don't have the cash, don't waste our time, man. If you don't have the cash, don't waste our time. Money talks and bullshit walks, man. You're gonna buy. Bye-bye. If you're gonna buy. If you're not gonna buy, then bye-bye. Okay, I know, I'm having too much fun tonight. I'm gonna have to go down and get more beer. I killed off the first one just that quick. We're what, 13 minutes into it and I drank my first beer already, so that would be ironic, remembering back to your offer on selling Doodle's boat. That would be ironic. Why would it be ironic? On my offer on selling Doodle's boat. I was gonna buy Bob's boat, but buying Bob's boat was contingent on the sale of my place up in Alaska, and the deal on that we had on the sale of Alaska fell through. Bob knew that from the get-go. He knew I was going to buy his boat if I sold my property up in Alaska. Property in Alaska didn't sell. The woman reneged there at the last minute. And then 6 months later, she came back around and finally bought the property after all. I mean, the woman that eventually bought the property was the same woman. She just reneged and then came back at a much lower price 6 months later. So, really pissed me off. And she hid. She didn't disclose that it was her when she came back the second time. That's what really pissed me off. So, you're going to sell and leave our paradise. I didn't say I'm going to leave our paradise, did I? I don't remember making that statement. I'm going to sell this boat. I will buy another boat. Maybe not immediately. Maybe it will be immediately. Maybe I've already bought another boat. Inquiring minds want to know. Nanya. Nanya, sorry. None your business. I'm going to do what I'm going to do when I do it. Just the way life is. I don't mean to be rude. Those people that like me and support me, they understand. They can deal with that. And if they can't, well, sorry, but it's just the way it's got to be. That dinghy going by over there's got a weird sounding motor. Sounds like it's bubbling. Yeah, the sky is pretty amazing. It's a lot less amazing right now than what it was, but let me move you around so you can see it. That's what we're looking at right now. That's kind of amazing though. The sun is right up bright. I'm not saying what I'm doing. Made that really clear. You guys can theorize and hypothecate all you want, but meow. Yeah, but I'm not saying what I'm doing. So hello, dog. What are you doing? Why are you smelling the top of my head? Top of my head smell good? It's great to live on a boat, no land tax. Oh, that's true. That's true. There's no property tax living on a sailboat. None whatsoever. And depending on where you register your boat, there's no, depending on where you register your boat, there's no personal property tax either. So Lazy Geckos just sold their monohull and bought a cat, nice boat. And they kept it under their hatch for a long time. Huh, well that's cool for them. Awesome. Awesome. You know, I think it's funny. When we started this whole adventure and stuff, or while this has been ongoing, there's been a lot of this conversation of cat versus monohull. We've seen this happen here in the comments. We've seen it happen here in the chat. We certainly had other people express their thoughts and concerns and beliefs on it. And catamaran versus monohull. And I'm really amazed at how many people said, oh, well, you know, I'll never go catamaran. I'm a purist, blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, his first opportunity they have to get a cat, they get a cat. So, you know, the fact is, if I could afford a catamaran, I would be on a catamaran. It's just that simple. I can't afford to be on a catamaran. I'm on a monohull. I would prefer being on a catamaran. They're more stable. They're easier to live on. They're much more roomy. They sail flat. They don't lean over. You're not like this all the time on the boat while underway. Just, you know, it's easier to cook while you're on the water. Get out of my face. Good girl. It's easier to do your business while you're in the boat, going to the head or the shower even, while underway. You know, catamarans just make life so much more pleasant in that regard. Plus, they have both sugar scoop rear ends. It makes it easier to get it out of the water, easier to get on off docks. I mean, there's just a litany of advantages to a. I swear I just heard a dolphin over there. I'm gonna turn this just to look. I swore I just heard a dolphin over there. I don't see anything. I heard something splash in the water just off to the side over here. No, I don't see it. We'll keep an eye out for you. Anyhow. Yep, so if I could afford one, I would. So I definitely have a ton of room, yep. Hey, just noticed the trim looks good. Oh, the hair trim, yeah, I just did that in the shower. My Uncle's Lagoon pitch pole off of St. Bart's. Well, they can do that. They can do that, but it's very easy to sail one and not have it do that. So, you know, anybody that has a major cruising boat like a lagoon and has a pitch pole is out in something they should not be in, and they don't know how to sail a catamaran. the thing you do with a catamaran to stop that from happening is drag a drogue behind you, slow it down, depower the boat, reduce the sail, hang a drogue behind you to slow the boat down. It will not catapult if you do that. But I'll tell you this much, I'd much rather be upside down and floating than right side up and on the bottom. And that tends to be the old cat versus monohull argument. So, and a lot of people that can't afford cats, they're always the ones saying, well, things like Lauren just did, you know, oh, this is wrong with cats and that's wrong with cats. And those are all the people that usually can't afford cats. And I can tell you from my experience, I've been around this long enough, talked to enough people, there's a lot of people that say they don't like cats and they are derogatory towards cats, and then for some other reason their economy improves, and the next thing you know they're on a catamaran. So just too many advantages to a cat. It is the better boat design. So what is pitch pole? Bob, what happens is when you're on a wave, the boat will surf. You know what surfing is? The boat will surf down a big wave. And so when you have, you know, a wave going down, a wave coming up, well, what happens with the longer cats is they're going down, and when they get to the bottom of the trough, before they start going up the other side, they bury their bows into the water, and then the wave breaks over, flipping the catamaran upside down. So yes, it very well can happen. Can happen to monohulls too. It can happen to them. Rare, because monohulls tend to turn to the side and roll. Monohulls will roll side to side, whereas catamarans will flip end for end. So yeah, they basically do a nosedive. What was that about? They bury the bows into the water, and then the water coming up behind them flips them over, pushes the back over, usually because the wind's coming from behind them as well. So the wind will catch the back of the boat, and the wave action will catch the back of the boat and then flip it over its bows, which are now buried into the water. So they have a device. It's kind of like, if you could imagine a big parachute that opens up underwater, and it has long ropes and straps, and you attach that to the back of your boat. Now what that does is it slows your boat down. You can't go very fast. They call them a drogue or a sea anchor. They're called a number of different things. If you deploy one of those off the back of your boat in heavy wind situations and big wave situations, it will stop the boat from pitch poling. But there's a lot of people that don't spend the $1,000, $2,000 that it costs to buy one of those, $5,000 depending on the size of your catamaran, and have it ready for deployment on the back of their boat when they need it. So then they get in trouble and they pitch pole. But I will say this, even when a catamaran pitch poles, it stays on the surface. It may be upside down, and it may not be too comfortable to live upside down, but it will stay floating. It'll stay on the surface. So there have been people that have pitch poled and, you know, were rescued a week later, and they were still living in the hulls of their boat, and, you know, were able to swim into the galley and get food and figured out how to cook for themselves and what have you. Even though they were upside down, they were able to live in the boat that way and make it work for a while. They had no control over where they were going. They had no services or facilities working at that point, except that they were on the surface and they had something to hold on to and be inside of, protect them from the elements. So there's a couple conch horns blowing. Uncle said it was the drogue that caused the pitch pole. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. How can a drogue cause a pitch pole? Like slowing, fast jet, small chute, vertical stabilizer, things. Yeah, very much like that, yeah. How about reefing the sail? Well, reefing the sail, I mean, if you imagine a surfboard doesn't even have a sail, and yet it still slides down the wave. So even if you took your sails down completely, you would still have the problem of speeding down the face of the wave. And then if it's a narrow, steep wave, you know, steep curve, then you'll bury your bows in. So there's all the conch horns blowing. Hey guys, how you doing? What you guys up to? I don't know what that was about, but some of our friends going by. The kid sitting on the bow of that dinghy that just went by, he's the kid that was taking Lily for walks. So it dragged the stern down and the crest was 20 feet. It dragged the stern down. Well, if it dragged the stern down and the wave crested at 20 feet, then how would that make the boat pitch pole? You can't pitch pole if the stern's being pulled down. That's the whole point of the drogue, is to hold the back of the boat down so it can't flip over the front, the top of the front. If your drogue is on the back of your boat, there's no way you can pitch pole. It must not have been deployed correctly. Even if the water breaks over the back of the boat, the wave breaks over the back of the boat, and you know, fills up the back of the boat, then that's all going to run out anyway. So you've got scuppers and whatever. I mean, there's really no place for the water to go in the back of most catamarans. It just washes out the deck. Oh. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, Lindsay. That's an odd one to me. The physics of using a drogue on a catamaran, I don't see how that would be possible. But hey, you know, shit happens. So who knows? Who knows? I'm not going to argue with it. So, anyhow, beautiful sunset there's kind of petered out. It was really pretty there for a while. Now it's just sort of petered out. We got a little bit of a red streak in the sky. The sun is now down below the horizon. The conchorns have blown. The sun has set. Still pretty nonetheless. So, hey Dan, how's it going, buddy? All my good people here, all the good people, all the good-looking people are here tonight, man. All the good-looking people. And Pilot. Sorry, Pilot, had to give you a hard time. So, his story was on Sail Mag in 2017. Huh? Okay. Well, it happens. It's pretty rare. Pretty rare. In fact, I'm only aware of a couple of the large catamarans that have ever done that. And 90% of the time, you know, they're just in water they shouldn't be in. You know, the most recent one that I'm aware of happened over on the West Coast, and it was a delivery skipper trying to deliver a boat to a boat broker, brand new catamaran. He was trying to deliver it to a boat broker over on the West Coast, and he ran into some really bad weather. He should not have been out there. He had been ashore. He checked his weather window. He knew he was going to have rough weather, and he went anyway, instead of sitting tight and waiting for the weather window to pass and get a better weather window. So don't mess with Mother Nature, guys. Do not mess with Mother Nature. She will kick your butt every time. She will. She will. She's a nasty lady. Oh, Mother Nature is a nasty, nasty woman. So talk about a nasty woman. There's my dog. You can see the dog up there standing guard. Oh man. All right, beer 30 again. I drank the first one in 14 minutes. That was 14 minutes ago. I took a 14-minute break. Now I'll have my second one. No tequila for this evening. Finished off the tequila last night. Somebody donated late after the live stream, and so that was all there was to it. So oh gosh, sorry about that, Marie. Much better than last night's. Thank you. All right, well there you go. And so what happened? Some Canadian guy decided to get in there and cause trouble. So, did you clean your bottom? No, I did not. I was really close to the idea of jumping in today, but I did not get it done. I may do that tomorrow, though. I got preoccupied with business stuff today that took priority, as it always will and as it always has. You know, I keep getting these plans. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my gear out and go dive. I'm gonna get my gear out and go dive, and then Phone rings, email comes in, text message. Gotta take care of business first. Highest priority, so. Spoke too soon. Yeah, see, you jinxed us there, Bob. You went and shot off your mouth. That's all right. It's all right, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, it's all good. Oh, man. Oh, brother. So went over, took a nice shower this evening. That was so pleasant. Nice hot shower. And then I ran cold water for a long time and just stood there and chilled off for a while. Cooled off. As you can see, the wind is blowing. Oh, there's a big gust blowing up right now. Probably getting wind noise in the camera right now. You getting wind noise on the mic? My guess would be yes. But see if I can block it a little bit. That should help a little bit. Anybody need rain? I'll go wash my car for you. There you go. Oh, there goes those damn dogs again. A lot of people in the hood are unhappy with this one boat over here with the barking dogs. Go to some other dog here who's not barking. She's not barking one bit. She's being very well behaved, as she should. But those other dogs over there, there's another boat, they've got 2 labs, and those 2 labs over there barking. And it's not too bad, but they bark at 11 o'clock at night and they bark at 5 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, they bark at inopportune times. Well, that is what it is. Every time I wash mine, it rains, yeah. Well, you know, I'd go jump in and clean the bottom of my boat, but I bet you it would rain on me while I was doing it. Someone say hot dogs for dinner. Yeah, that would be an idea. Hot diggities. No, you cannot have it. What are you doing? You cannot have any of my beer. I got nose print on my eyeglass. Thanks, dog. How'd you get nose print on my glasses from up above me? You slimed me. You slimed my head with your nose. She's over here looking all guilty. She's trying to look all guilty. You slimed me with your nose. Yes, you did. You slimed me. Oh, well. Yep, Jean, you're right. She's a good girl. She really is. She's a sweetheart. It's going to blow a hoolie tonight, man. I think it is. I think we're going to blow up pretty good. Cloud cover is kind of breaking up, clearing up a little bit. I don't know if that's good or bad. Now, I'll say one thing about Alaska. The weather in Alaska was very predictable. We would get cloud cover would roll in, and it would be a low cloud cover, and it would just be like a blanket over the whole area. And when it did that, we had a long period of very warm weather. We would go for like a couple weeks of unseasonably pleasant conditions. Cloudy, overcast cloudy, not bright sunny, but warm. It would stay warmer and calm and still. And then we would have the winds of change, we called them. We'd have some winds like this blow in for a day or so. And then all the clouds would be gone, and then we would have clear skies. And when they had clear skies, if they had clear skies in the wintertime, it would be very cold. And if we had clear skies in the summertime, it would be very hot, one or the other. Whereas the blanket clouds tended to either make it a little bit cooler or a little bit warmer than the ambient. So, nice little blankie to snuggle into. Kept you a little warmer in the winter and a little cooler in the summer. Mooring ball do like to help. Hey, thank you. I could use that. Yeah. Mooring ball is going to be coming up. Yeah, hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/Carl Brook. There's a, it's in the description down below. You can follow the link there. PayPal.me/Carl Brook. Yes, please do. Hit up the PayPal and throw some funds in there. Morning ball rent's coming up on the 27th, and it's $350. It's my one big bill every month is the morning ball bill at $350. It's killer. It really is. It's a killer. So yeah, if you can jump in there and contribute, that would be great. I would greatly appreciate it. So wind chance forecast is 35 to 55. 65 gusts in Texas tonight, 50 degrees, lots of rain. Wow, okay. Maybe private messages, any message from Carlos deleted in red. Not joining their click terrorist group. I'm fine. Well, yeah, Marie, I get the same thing too. They send me stuff all the time, and they're actually sending me stuff now trying to make it sound like it's from you, or trying to make it sound like it's from Wood Beast, or trying to make it sound like it's from Pilot. You know, it's just trolls got nothing better to do with their lives, so. 5, 10, 15, or 20, okay. Fellow fisherman, what state are you in? I'm in Florida. How is your food package holding up? Did you find any dry ice yet? No, John. 2 grocery stores here, both of which sell dry ice, neither of which had any dry ice. And so the package of food that was delivered, I ate everything that I could eat. Today I had to throw out some cod fillets that fell apart, and some tuna that got smelly, and so that was the last of that food package. So which is another thing. I'm going to have to do some provisioning here really quickly. I've got foods for a couple of 3 days yet. You know, dinner type things to do. I got some hot dogs and some pasta and some other things to chow on. So that's not critically urgent. But yeah, I'd forgotten about that. So, and it was unfortunate. You know, it was really nice that he sent me a package like that, and I mean, it was really great. It was just really awesome. Stuff I definitely would never have spent the money on myself to buy. But the problem is too much stuff at once. Just too much stuff here at once. Just nothing. I just couldn't. I couldn't maintain that much stuff on the boat. It would be different. If I had a freezer on then that would be great. But yeah, I didn't have enough to be able to maintain that much stuff. I have to get stuff in little amounts, little, you know. I mean, ideally I should go grocery shopping like every 3 days or 4 days, which is expensive because it costs me money to go to the grocery store and back. I have to pay for the taxi fare. But that is what it is. And you know, 12 bucks round trip or $6 if I walk there and just take the taxi back, that adds up. That adds up. So it makes it that much more expensive to grocery shop. But the refrigeration on the boat's 125 volt refrigeration. It stays ice cold all day long, but it does warm up during the nighttime when the generator's off. And I don't have a freezer, so nothing stays frozen. Everything thaws out. Hey guys! You see my friends waving over there. There they go. Yeah, they're yelling at Lily. I guess they're heading over to their boat. Fun stuff here in the harbor. Oh man. Oh, very cool. Thank you for that, Walter. Hello, dog. No, get down. Get down. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the donation. Thank you. Very nice of you. You need food. We always need food here. We can't store very much, so should have used it for bait. You know, Johnny Hag, you're probably right. You're probably right. I should have. I still can, because it's just still in the garbage can. I haven't taken the garbage off the boat yet, so I like to have thrown away. Yeah, I'm not keen on feeding my dog food that's gone bad, so I don't have a P.O. box, Jojo. Just have my regular mailing address. What is the temp of the inside of the fridge? Does it have a freezer too? No, there's no freezer. There's just a refrigerator. It does not have a freezer compartment. I don't know what the temperature is, but it makes ice. So I'll make ice on the refrigeration thing, and then that thaws out and melts. So I have 1,000 pounds of perfectly hydrated food. Would you like some? I never know. My girlfriend runs a kosher market on Fairfax. I can provide what you need. Oh wow. Kosher, huh? Salted fish keeps really well without refrigeration, huh? Great view. Yeah, it is a great view. Beautiful view here in the harbor. It really is. Just a beautiful view in the harbor. And it's nice all the time. I have been making a habit of shooting morning photographs. Whenever I see a nice morning sunrise as well, I've been taking pictures of it. I was going to try to put together some sort of a collage of a whole bunch of morning pictures. I haven't done anything with them yet, but I probably have 50 or 60 sunrise pictures from here. Because, you know, you live on a boat, you rise and fall with the sun. There, the sunset's looking pretty good again over there, isn't it? Getting the reflective light coming up off of the sun, even though it's down over the horizon. That looks kind of pretty over there now. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let me square you guys up a little bit. There you go. Pretty area over there this evening. And of course now as it gets darker, all the lights come on, all the mast lights light up, and oh, you're blessed. Bob, I really am. I really am. So no longer a boater, I'm buying a small plane. Well, there you go. So now you'll be a fly boy. You'll be a fly boy. Huh. That's pretty cool. I was watching, what was that show the other day I was watching? Oh, the Tuskegee Airmen. Interesting story about the Tuskegee Airmen. A group of pilots from World War II. All of them were black men. Who, interestingly enough, went through flight school in Alabama in the Deep South. Hard to imagine that. So, trying to do it on the cheap. I hear you. My boat is out on the hard. Leave Fort Lauderdale for Canaries in 2 weeks. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. So, all right, guys, I gotta turn around here, Mike. Oh, I can only sit in this position for just so long. Then I gotta turn around and get some blood rushing back down to my. Get some blood rushing back down to my feet. I sit here and lounge. Whoop. And I put my feet up. That just lasts so long. So I worked for a retired Air Force colonel whose brother was, oh really, was a Tuskegee Airman. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, really interesting story with those fellas. A little bit of a controversy in the movie. It said that the Tuskegee Airmen never lost a bomber, and yet the Tuskegee Airmen's own website claims that they did lose one. The movie said none, but their own website at the Tuskegee Air Headquarters says that they lost one bomber. But one bomber, with all the missions that they covered during the war, yeah, you know, that's just astronomical. I mean, that's just astronomical. So, you know, they had been disrespected so many times because, of course, you know, race relations were pretty bad back then, and you know, black people were thought to be really inferior to whites, and so there was a lot of people that were prejudiced against them, especially people in the South. So Tuskegee was the colored fellows. Yes, that's right, Mike. Yep, the entire Tuskegee Airmen were all colored. So where can I send you a box of food? Hey John, that'd be great. 800. My address is 800 35th Street Ocean, Marathon, Florida. 800 35th Street Ocean, Marathon, Florida. 33050. 33050. So maybe one of my moderators would be nice enough to type that up and put it up there so you guys can see it. But yep, address is 800 35th Street Ocean, Marathon, Florida. But just don't send me a whole bunch of stuff that requires freezing. I can't deal with freezing stuff. Refrigerating it is fine, but not even a lot of that stuff. So I can't do it with this phone while I'm live streaming. If I was down below, I could do it on my computer. But there you go, Marie. 835th Street. There you go. And then put the word ocean after that, because here in Marathon, you're either ocean side or base side of the main highway. We're on the ocean side. So 835th Street Ocean, Marathon, M-A-R-A-T-H-O-N, Florida, 33050. So there you go. 835th Street Ocean, Marathon, Florida. Union soldiers were very mean to blacks who were fighting for the North. Yeah, well, there you go. There's the rest of it. Ocean, Marathon, Florida. Thank you, Marie. Appreciate that. Yeah, you know, but that's just race stuff, and I know that's sort of a tough subject for a lot of people to deal with. But the fact of it is that being a racist is natural. And I know a lot of people are going to have a hard time with me saying that, but the basic animal, the basic, you know, our fundamental animal instincts are that race is supposed to be separate and segregated. You see that in nature all the time. Deer hang out with deer. Moose hang out with moose. Farm animals, chickens stay with the chickens, ducks stay with the ducks, geese stay with the geese, turkeys stay with the turkeys. For that token, your dark-colored ducks will stay with the other dark-colored ducks. The light-colored ducks will stay with the light-colored ducks. The dark African geese will stay together. The white Emden geese will stay together, but they tend not to stay as a group altogether. They separate themselves out by color, by species, by genus. It's just natural. So, yeah, Marie, I don't have a way of posting the address here. I don't have my laptop set up where I can do that. So, I'm not on my laptop when I'm up here on the deck. So, anyhow, so as controversial as that may sound, as unpolitically correct as it may be, the fact is prejudice is natural. It's natural and it's normal. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying we should. We are smarter than that. We are, as human beings, we are superior than that base animal instinct. But there is a base animal instinct. So it's been something that animal species as a whole have learned over generations. Fish swim in swarms, or schools rather. They you know, they're in schools. Birds fly in swarms. Bugs in swarms. They all stay with their like kind. Just natural. But as developed, evolved people, we should be able to see past that. We should understand that, be able to see past that, and be able to move on. I myself, I'm not the least bit prejudiced. I don't care what color you are. You know, brown, pink, purple, polka dotted. Is he calling himself my, oh, okay. I see, thanks, Marie. Yeah, I don't care what color you are. We're all pink on the inside, we all bleed red. So, I'm the least prejudiced person in the world. You know, there's good and bad in all races and all societies and all ethnicities. So, and I'll be the last person to judge a person by anything other than their behavior. So, birds of a feather tend to flock together. Yep. That's a simple truth. But the reality of it is, rejects, is that as human beings, we are much more evolved. Thank you, Martin. We are much more evolved people and should be able to see past that, and we should understand that. At least I do. I've traveled enough around the world that I've seen the good and the bad in every country that I've been to. I don't care where you are. And you know, even right now, I think we're at the verge of starting into a pretty nasty religious war between Muslims and Christians, between Muslims and everybody for that matter. I don't, you know, the Muslims are against anybody just not Muslim, period. So I had to change my account last year. And you're always unkind to me, Marie. Look it up. I have donated before. Okay. All right. Let's just leave, Mike. You and Marie, let's leave each other alone. How's that? You two leave each other alone. Don't either one of you say anything else about the other one, and that's just fine. Just move along. Okay. Anyhow. It is what it is. It is what it is, kids. So while I've been sitting here talking with you good folks, I have received a text message from a lady who wants me to buy. She wants to trade me a RV for the boat. Oh man, weird stuff. Weird stuff. I don't think I want to trade my boat for an RV. I want to trade my boat for cash so I can fund my next step. All right, Mike, you take care, brother. We'll see you later. Okay. I don't care what part of the sandbox other than Omar is in, as long as she leaves. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, you treat people by their behavior, by what they're saying and what they're doing. You know, that's the only litmus test is how people treat you. So, yeah, an RV would be interesting, but I that's not what I need right now. I don't need an RV. I need cash for my next project. I need cash. I need green bucks, good old smackaroonies, bucks, chi-chi, chinks. You know, cash. Hello, dog. How are you? Oh, what a sweetie. What a sweetie. What a sweetie. So, yes, yep, I have another project I'm going to be working in towards. So, let's see. That retired dentist decided to be a dentist because when he was young, an aunt of his had a toothache, and none of the dentists in the small Indiana town he lived in would treat blacks. Oh, wow. Okay. Willie's a great lab. Yes, she is. Camping with Grandpa. Yeah, and I don't think so. I don't think so. You want to do the RV thing, you've got Elvis out there doing the RV thing. I will say this much. Talking about the RV thing, there's a guy... Oh, a minute. Get! I can't drink my beer with your nose in my mouth. Get! Get. There's a guy who has a YouTube channel. Oh, great. Now we have a helicopter going on. Hold on. Noisy damn helicopter. All right, there we go. Anyhow, there's a guy with a YouTube channel called Nomadic Fanatic. Interesting guy. Him and his cat Jax. He started with a van. He started with a van out of state of Washington years ago. Started a YouTube channel, and you know, and he, you know, people donated to him. He had, you know, he set it up so he had PayPal and you know, he had a GoFundMe, and people donated through you know, just like they do with me, PayPal and what have you, and he had Patreon. And anyhow, he caught tremendous amount of trash from people. In fact, the trolls that he had harassing him make the trolls that I have look like a walk down Tulip Lane. I mean, my trolls are you know, minimal compared to the crap that this guy got for his Nomadic Fanatic channel. He really had them going after him for a while. And you know what? He just persevered. He just persevered. He just kept on going, and he kept traveling, and he kept doing stuff. And you know, it was just him and his cat. And then they finally moved out of the van and moved up into a smaller RV. And then that RV to a bigger RV. And now he's got a girlfriend that's traveling with him, and they just moved into a Class A motorhome. And he's slowly but surely been building up his channel and building up his channel and building up his channel. Irrespective of all the troll activity, you know. Even though the trolls are, yeah, and it's the same thing, you know, they were just spreading a bunch of lies about him, same as they do about me. It's just what trolls do. But they didn't stop him. And they're not going to stop me either. We are going to persevere. We're going to continue moving on. I'm going to make some changes to mitigate their impact and eliminate some of their opportunities, but we're just going to persevere. So. So let's see. He was just with 2 of my other channels. Okay, huh. I'm new here. Why do I have so many trolls? What did trolls lie about? Oh, well, Lindsay, long story. I'm not going to go into all that. I'm not going to waste an entire hour going into all the details about it. But, yeah, there's a lot of crappy people in the world. There's a lot of people that just have nothing better to do. They can't do anything constructive or build anything for themselves, so they spend all their time tearing down everything else. So something happened to Troy from do-it-yourself world, huh? Well, some of these trolls are out of hand. I mean, some of them are. Some of them go beyond trolls and become stalkers. So both of the channels have those same problems. Yeah, they do. You know, these troll channels seem to have a sense of, you know, they think that they set the standard for what they deem to be ethically and morally correct, and then of course they trample their own ethic and moral situation with the justification that they're stopping, in their mind, I guess, what might be a greater thing. You know, what they ought to do is just mind their own business, leave other people alone. They obviously can't run their own lives, and so then they start trying to impose themselves on others. So, you know, point of fact, just here, I've been advertising my boat for sale, and I get people on Facebook getting on there and commenting, and there's a couple people that have been contacting. Every time somebody makes a post on one of my Facebook posts, these people make a point of contacting them, private messaging them, and telling them a bunch of crap and lies about me to get them to stop from coming and buying my boat. How do I know this? Because those people shared those emails with them. You know, just a day or two ago, this one idiot was actually thinking that he was contacting one of these people. Instead, he was contacting me directly and was trying to tell me what a bad person I am, and on and on and on. And I'm like, you idiot, this is Carl that you're telling all this to. So thank you. I now have your real phone number and your real name, Ed, and I'll be taking care of it. You know, it's going to the authorities, and so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that now. So I don't know. There's some really foolish people out there in the world. People that watch my channel, I think what they know what's really going on with me. They think what's really going on with my boat. They're clueless. They're absolutely clueless. Oh well. I don't want to get into the whole troll nonsense again. Anyhow, guys, listen, we're gonna go ahead and move on. So, 2 different of these hate channels have been taken down. Very important to report those channels. Yes, if you see a hate channel, definitely report them and take them down. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Or as in my case, Marie, that one channel that was, everybody thought was the go-to guy. he proved himself to be a fraud and was just ripping off everybody and was making money trying to get the views, just like that you know, Droll guy's doing. He's just getting them to come onto his channel so he gets the views, so he makes money off of them. I mean, these trolls are so ignorant that they're following idiots like Wandering Droll, who's just profiting off their ass. Unbelievable. They're not very smart, so don't use Facebook for advertising. It doesn't work. Use a website specifically for bartering. Okay. Oh, rejects, they don't get me down. Yeah. Every channel has trolls. That's true. That's true. But I was really glad to see the guy from Nomadic Fanatic persevere. Now his channel's building, you know, building nicely. He's found a girl to travel with him. They're in a nice Class A motorhome, traveling around the country, living a real enjoyable life. You know, he's got his Patreon built up now, where he's doing really well. Just a good situation all the way around. So, and that's what you got to do. You know, what's the old saying? You know, the best revenge is living well. Well, that's what we're doing. We're living well. I mean, this week, you know, people have donated this week. I had fine dining. I've been eating steak and lobster, and you know, I've been eating a lot of stuff that I would normally never buy myself. But you know, because one of my viewers sent me a package. They went to Omaha Steaks and sent me a package, a care package from Omaha Steaks. Very expensive stuff. But, you know, really nice steaks, and shrimp, and lobster raviolis, and I mean, it was just awesome. But more than I could eat. That was too big of a package. More than I could eat fast enough. And I was trying, man. I've been eating like tuna for breakfast. You know, I've been eating stuff at all times of the day, trying to get it all ate up in time. But I was not successful in getting it all done. I had some tuna steaks go bad, and I had some of the cod fillets go bad. But that was all I wasted, was a little tuna steak and a little cod fillet. Everything else got eaten up and made good use of. So I yeah, shrimp are one of my favorites. And I made myself this really lovely linguine with garlic and oil, and the shrimp also sauteed in garlic and oil and butter sauce. Oh my God, that was so good. So good. One of my favorite ways of eating it. So anyhow, kids, listen, it's getting dark here. You can't even see me anymore. I don't know if you can see me. Maybe you can see me. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and end this and get to my stuff this evening. So, guys, be good and be careful. Take good care of one another. Thank you for watching. We'll have more for you tomorrow, kids. You guys have a great day. So, 1 in 10, how was Omaha? The quality of the food, I would give it a solid 9. Portion sizes, I would give the portion sizes a 4. Expense wise, I would give it a 2. Very spendy kind of stuff. So